What it do, YouTube? I am back with another video. I want to start this video off by saying Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. People who, not only risk their life, but people who sacrifice a lot of things, a lot of birthdays, a lot of events that they miss out on because they chose to take a different route to serve, their country. For whatever the purpose of them doing that, whether it's education, whether it's finances, whether it's just wanting to serve their country. I just want to say Happy Veterans Day to all of those people out there. And then we can get right into the video. So today's video, I just want to talk about, and I apologize in advance for my voice because I've been a little sick. But I just want to talk about the power of your thoughts, the power of your mind. I want to say that you are what you think about. You are what you think, what your thoughts are. So if you go through the day and you wake up in the morning, if you wake up in the morning and you think, okay, today's going to be a positive day, and you have positive thoughts in your mind when you wake up, and you constantly, not just saying it's going to be a positive day, but you actually think and feel that it's going to be a positive day, then 9 times out of 10, it's going to be positive. You're going to have a good experience. That day for you is going to be a good experience in your life. But on the other side, if you constantly have negative thoughts and you think everything that happens is going to work out in the worst possible way, you think of negative things, it might not necessarily happen exactly how you think it's going to happen, but it's most likely going to be a negative experience. And then because the law of attraction, if you think negatively, you're going to attract negativity. If you think positive, you're going to attract positivity. And that's just how it goes. So I've been a victim of always thinking the worst in every situation. And I lived for years like that, just thinking everything is going to go possibly wrong. And a lot of times it did. And then, like I said, recently I've been getting into, listening to Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, some great authors and speakers who talk about, positivity, your positive thinking, manifestation, whether you agree with it or not, but every day you manifesting what's going on in your life. So people might not necessarily know what manifestation is or think they're manifesting, but the way you look at life, the way you view yourself is what you're going to give back in this world. So if you view yourself as not worthy of having things, or you view yourself as not worthy of having money, or whether, it could be anything, material things, money, it's not going to happen because that's your inner thoughts, your subconscious thoughts are that you're not worthy of that. But if you wake up every day confident and you're like, I'm worthy of this, and it's not just saying it, you have to actually feel that way. You attract more positive things, you attract more money, you attract more abundance in this world because that's your way of thinking. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean you can't change that. So a lot of times we grow up, we learn, we're taught to think a certain type of way, whether you actually are told to think a certain way or you just think that way because that's what you're used to, that's the environment you grew up in. For example, we'll go back to money. Like if you grew up in an environment where your family was poor, or you see your family work super, super hard to have little, you're going to think you got to work super, super hard to make money. But if you grew up in an environment where you grew up in a wealthy family and money was really never an issue, you think, okay, well, my family had money. They didn't do nothing special to get it. So it's going to be easy. And those type of people are more likely to be wealthy because they understand that money is not, it's easy, if you think that way. So the good thing about this is, though, you can change your subconscious mind. So even if you grew up in a way where money was a scarcity or money was hard to get, you can change that. It's never too late to change that. You just got to start training your mind to not think that way anymore. And with that comes repetition and consistency. So every day you wake up and you tell yourself that you are good enough. You tell yourself that you are worthy of having this. You tell yourself that you not only can you achieve it, but you can sustain it. You can keep it. Back to money. If you want to receive a certain type of money, you tell yourself that you are capable of doing it, and you feel that, and deep down inside your heart that I can do this, then things will start aligning in a way that it feels like coincidence or it feels like luck, but it's really just you on the right frequency, the right vibration with money. And then on the other side of things, if you, like I said, if you feel negative about money, you feel I'm not worthy of this. I can never maintain this. Even if somebody handed me $1,000, I would just spend it. Or if that's your way of thinking, then that's just how it's gonna happen. That's why you see a lot of lottery winners or people who come into large sums of money and they blow it off because they're already trained that money is a scarcity. They don't know how to keep control, spend, save, give to maintain that. So that's why I say 77% of lottery winners go broke within the first couple years. Yeah, because they never had that. They don't know how to deal with that. They don't know how to spend it. And they're not on the right frequency of money. So money will come and it will leave, which a lot of people, that's how it works. They get paid on the first and they broke by the 10th, the 15th, the 20th because they just don't understand the vibration, the frequency of money. But like I said, it's something that you can change. It's something that, myself, I've been working on and I'm learning because, like I said, I grew up in an environment where I wasn't taught, much about money, which a lot of us are, especially, coming from, rougher backgrounds and rougher areas. So it's a lot of research out there, a lot of great speakers, like I said, Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, and it's a lot more. I watch Jay Shetty, I think his name is. He brings a lot of good speakers on his podcast who speak about money in a positive way and how you should think and how you should feel. And I'm using money for an example, but it could be anything. If you want to attract a certain car or a certain house or a spouse or whatever it is, you can attract those things, but it all starts with how you think. It all starts with how you view things. And it's important. It's very important. Even if you are religious and you read the Bible, before it was in the beginning it was the Word, and the Word is thought. The Word is God. So I just wanted to get on here and talk and say that you can attract whatever it is that you want. No, it's not likely to happen overnight because it's a practice, it's a process, and it all starts with taking that leap of faith and just keeping that consistency going, even when you don't see the results. Because faith is nothing but imagining something happening without seeing the results. Fear is the same thing. When you fear or you're scared of something, you're fearing something that hasn't even came yet. Like it's a form of faith. It's just a negative form of faith. So why live your life in fear when you can live your life in faith and attract positivity? And that's all I got for today. I just want to have a quick little talk. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. But I hope this talk helped at least one person. If it helped one person, then it did its purpose. All right, so until next time, I hope you have a great rest of the day.